Good evening and welcome in. So today I've decided to start making like a schedule. So today is Wisdom Wednesday. Like this color, so this used to be blonde, but it's kind of growing out and I've been cutting it as it grows out. I know this is like totally a side job, but it looks gray with the light. The light's making it look gray. Do I mind gray? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't done decided. What is it? What is it? I still have not figured out how to fix the problem that my computer is no longer recognizing my headphone jack. So I'm still working on that. But in the interim, we shall move forward. Dante's hanging out. Okay. So in terms of scheduling themes, today it's going to be like Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm making my AI work for me. So I use I use ChatGPT more than anything else. So I want to kind of share a little bit about that. And let me see. I wanted to ask a question. Let's see. I'm going to start a poll. Have you used it? I'm just going to ask y'all, have you used ChatGPT? Because I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they're like, it doesn't work. It was stupid. It didn't come up with the right answer. And so I want to kind of talk about that a little bit. Okay. Done. Natalie, welcome in, friend. Hi. It's good to see you again. Welcome back. Hello, hello. So, today I want to talk a bit about making making AI work for you. Because I just got these AI certifications, and I want to get I want this to be like my new personal assistant. Hey, hey, welcome. Okay, yes, so you've used ChatGPT. Awesome. How do you feel about it? Welcome in from Russia. Welcome in. I'm curious how you feel about it. Are you feeling like it's being used effective? Like, what kind of question did you ask it? I'm trying to remember the first thing I asked, but I don't, honestly. I think the first time I ever used chat, I was creating a business plan and I just wanted it to help me with that. Oh, I'm talking about specifically Chat GPT. Chat GPT. So Chat GPT is a large language model and it's an AI. Yes, thank you, Larry. Thank you. See, each one teach one. So it's a large language model. It's a form of AI, but it's one of the ones that you can use to. I'm using mine as my personal assistant, and I've given mine a name. My Chat GPT is named Darius. So you can use it for a number of things, but the reason I kind of wanted to have a discussion about it is because I was talking to someone and they were saying how frustrated they were because it was giving the wrong answers. Okay, so let's just start there. ChatGPT is pulling information from what's available in the web, right? So it scrapes the information and it's consumed it all. And what you're getting is what's placed out there. So it's always going to be a situation of bad information in, then bad information out. So if it's taking information from the web and the information on the web is wrong, then obviously the information that you get from it may also be wrong, right? So it's learning. And that's where the artificial intelligence of it all comes in. Uh-oh. Thank you. Thank you, Larry. ChatGPT is an AI chatbot developed by OpenAI. It uses natural language process. That's what you learned from Google? Nice. Yeah, I literally just took an AI certification course and trying to use it more effectively. And so I was going to share, I actually worked with my chat GPT, who, again, I've named him Darius. I was working with Darius, like, how can I help share this? Because my goal is to move out of corporate. I really would like to just spend more time doing content, interacting like what we're doing here. And so that's what I wanted to talk about. So for those of you who haven't used ChatGPT, hey Sans, welcome in. Hey, hey. We got two deltas. Let me see. So for those who haven't used it, and I get a lot of different responses from people. They're like, "Oh, I don't want to use it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with technology." So when people tell me stuff like they don't feel comfortable with technology, I would say get comfortable. Like there's a lot of hills you can die on. That's not the one you want to pick, right? The way that it's here, right? Not saying I'm not going to use it is not going to change the fact that it's here. So I think it's a good place for us to learn how to use it effectively. So about 52% of the people are saying yes, they have used ChatGPT. 48% are saying no. So if you've not used a large language model, which is what ChatGPT is, and it's one of the more popular ones because this is kind of the one that most people are aware of, it can be, think of it as a great guesser. I don't think that you should look at the AI as a replacement for anything. Like people say things, I've seen people say things like, you can have ChatGPT write a book for you. You can. You can have ChatGPT write a script for you. You can. However, there's a lot of things being put in place to prevent that kind of creation, that it's not your actual, you don't actually own it. The large language model in terms owns it. So then you get into this fuzzy place, like who actually owns this property? Because when you're actually creating intellectual property, do you own it or does OpenAI own it, right? It's an open source, but who then owns it? So if you're going to let ChatGPT write your history paper, did you actually write the history paper or you just copied and pasted from ChatGPT? And I think that's problematic. So what I use ChatGPT for is mostly for guessing, for brainstorming, and I feel like it's more effectively used that way. That's my personal opinion. Other people may feel differently, but I feel like an effective use for it is as that guessing thing. So if you've used ChatGPT, I would say, what did you try asking it? I was asking it for help creating I was working on a business model because I wanted to buy this property and I wanted it to be like an agritourism business. And so I was asking ChatGPT to help me pull data to basically fill out this form for the Small Business Administration, SBA. And I didn't know what I was doing. So what I would say in terms of chat is you want to start learning how to give better prompts. And the prompting is just instructions, right? So prompts are just clear instruction or a question that you give to the chat to get what you're looking for, right? So the better the prompt you give, the better response that you'll get. If you give like a fuzzy, like I asked my chat GPT to make a picture of Dante, add a picture of Dante creating something, right? Dante is my dog's name. So I was asking ChatGPT to add a picture of my dog and on whatever this flyer was that I wanted it to make. But because I just said Dante, it created a picture of Dante Alighieri and not Dante, my golden doodle. So let's see. Be careful using it for quoting. This is an admonishment from Duncan. He's saying, be careful using it for quoting legal terms, acts of law. Check everything it quotes. Caught it out misleading me on multiple occasions. Check out YouTube's hundreds of people catching it lying. Yes. So, yes, that is perfect. So I'm going to get to that. That's called hallucinations, right? ChatGPT, again, bad information in, bad information out. And so what it's trying to do, though, is answer your question. And so it'll create something. And you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. Or you have to be, ultimately the responsibility is on you. So when I was initially talking about if you let it write your history paper, do you own that paper, or who actually created that product, because you didn't create the product, right? But let's say it put some dates in there and it created, you're always having to cite your sources, right? So let's say, this source, this paper said this and this happened in 1872. Okay. So you go to check that source and you can't find it because it doesn't exist. That's what we were referring to as hallucinations. It just said that this thing happened in 1872 when it didn't really. It's giving you what you're asking for, but it's not giving you what you need. It's not providing factual information. And so that's why I tell people, this is a guesser. Use it as a guesser. Use it to help you brainstorm ideas. But this is not the end all be all. Do not look to this and think that it's going to create your whole doctoral dissertation or something like that. Or not even your doctoral dissertation, maybe just your essay. Because if you don't check your sources, you can have a problem. There was literally a company, I want to say it was an Australian company, that just got fined so many millions of dollars because it allowed the large language model, and I'm not sure which one they were using, so I'm not going to say ChatGPT, but they got fined because they allowed the large language model to create all of the project that they were paid out a ridiculous sum of money for, and none of it was true. The large language model just created it. That's the kind of stuff you want to stay away from. So we're at 30 votes now. 53% of the people have not used ChatGPT before. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about some roles that I assign to my ChatGPT, because I'm saying I think it can be really, again, a personal assistant. I'm telling it what I'm looking for. I'm having it help me brainstorm ideas. And as I'm trying to create content and things like that, this is what I'm looking to my ChatGPT for. Okay? So ChatGPT is my personal assistant. That's what I'm using it for. And just think about if you had a robot and you were going to have a robot do things for you, what would you have it do? Right? Like, hey, I need to look for new insurance premiums. You may or may not want your ChatGPT to do something for you like that, right? Because then you're giving access to personal information. And so privacy is a continual concern, right? So how much information do you really want to share with an open source AI? I think that's something to think about. But if you had to, let's say you're brainstorming. So for me, I use mine to help me brainstorm content, even for today. So my chat GPT, like I told you, mine is named Darius, and I asked Darius to help me because I want to share. I just got these two certifications through Oracle, and one was called AI Foundations, the other was called Generative AI. And what I don't know what I thought, because I use AI and I've been using it for a couple of years. I thought that this was going to be like prompting or some things like that. It was actually really tough. The test was actually really, really tough. So let me move this out of the way. Okay. 1200 IQ is not that smart if it can't quote law. The creators don't want it to answer legal questions honestly. Can't have money hungry lawyers being made redundant. That can't have money hungry lawyers being made redundant. That, but also, ChatGPT did not go to law school. So maybe it could be a case of money hungry lawyers being made redundant, but it's not able to apply common sense either, right? You hope lawyers are applying some common sense to some things. You don't know that. But there's a thing. So it didn't go to law school. It doesn't have any degrees. It didn't go to medical school. And so what we have now is people asking ChatGPT all these questions. But remember, ChatGPT is getting its answers from the internet. It has scraped the internet to get these things. It's gotten information from there. If there's bad information on the internet, is it going to be good information for you? Is that factual information? I use AI for giving me medical advice. Okay. If you feel comfortable with that, I use AI. I put symptoms in. So I've put symptoms in and I'm looking to see what other people have out there. Hey, you wanted to come by and say hi. Oh, you have a client. Oh, well, thank you for stopping by Reflective Fashion Production. I'm just talking about AI and making AI work for me. You're cooked. You're cooked. Hi, Demary Transport. Welcome in. I don't know. You're cooked. You're cooked what? AI is C. Yes. So I'm really actually talking about chat and how I use chat. So let me see. You are so excited. Oh, you can't wait to tell me your news. Okay, I can't wait to hear your news. That sounds awesome. But I think AI is just a big lie. It gives different answers every time. Interesting. Okay. Well, it gave you different answers every time, like what? So, what does that mean? AI is just a big lie. So, it's taking information from the internet. Oh, we got a 6767. Thank you for saying you love my hair. Thank you. I'll see you later. So let me go back to my notes here because I do have some notes. So here's how I use my Chat GPT. I use it as an assistant to help me look up gardening things because I'm a gardener. You just wanted me to say 6'7". Well, there you go, 6'7". I use it to help as an AI coach. I do ask it questions. I do use it as to help me brainstorm things as an accountability partner. So helping me make a schedule and things like that. You don't want this is not the authority of your life, right? You're still the authority. You're still responsible for making the decisions, making the choices. I used I used my chat to help me brainstorm my outline for my ebook, but I did not allow chat to write my ebook. Where do you think all our information through AI gets to audit that info? Do you think it could be used against us? Yes. So I'm going to say this 100%. I do think that, Duncan, and let me tell you why. So I'm sure people would say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I'm saying it's only a conspiracy because they haven't proved it yet. Hey, Mr. Zuleika, welcome in. Good to see you again. Yeah, I definitely think it could be used against you. So here's the thing. They're now like look at products like Sora, right? Literally, they took Sora is so the AI generations are so realistic that people don't even realize it's AI, right? They're so realistic. I keep seeing all these dog videos. The big dog throws the little dog in a bucket. The big dog threw the little dog in the sink. The big dog knocked the little dog over and he passed out. I'm seeing all of these and people are sending them to me and I'm like, well, this is AI, right? And they're like, what? No. I actually even had someone send me that song by the AI artist Zanaya Monet, that this is an actual AI artist that's generated AI voice, generated AI visual, and this AI is singing. And somebody sent the song to me like, "Oh, I just love this song. Have you heard this?" And I was like, "Oh, that's the AI artist." And they're like, "No, I don't think it's AI." So people can't even tell now. They can't even tell that this is AI. So that's problem. I think that's problematic. All of these Sora things coming up, and that's problematic. Could somebody then take your voice, right? So you can hear me here talking. Could somebody take the AI and they replicate my voice and say, oh, and send it to my friend and say, hey, maybe they could send it to my friend and say, hey, she just, I'm locked up. I need money or something like that. You said conspiracy theorist. I love my tinfoil hat because listen, if I put the tinfoil on, they can't read my thoughts. Okay. Can you shout out my teacher because she died of cancer? Oh, I'm sorry. I've lost my mom to cancer. So it's really tough. You have my condolences. I'm so sorry, Daryl. Yeah, I lost my mother to cancer. So it's really tough. I'm sending you all God's blessings and peace. But yeah, I think that it could totally be used against us. So that's one of the things that's being suggested now, that people have a safe word, right? You have a safe word with your friends and family. So somebody can't use AI to replicate your voice and say, hey, can you send me $1,000? All of my money just got stolen and I'm stuck at this place. I really need some money. Somebody would then send the money to whatever this address, link, whatever is, and it's not even real. I'm in Maryland, Duncan. Right. And so that's one of the things. There was recently a divorce case that I saw that the husband who was working to divorce his wife had made a replica of her voice and was saying she said these things on the phone. The only reason that they were able to prove that it didn't happen was his sister-in-law, who was apparently a girl's girl, said that's not true. He made that up. He used AI. I saw them when they conspired and created it. So this is becoming a real thing that we actually have to be worried about. So when people are like, "Oh, that could never happen." Oh, it's happening right now. I'm getting people sending me all these videos, and no doubt they're funny, but they're not real, right? Fox News used video of black women saying they lost their food stamp benefits, EBT benefits, and they're going crazy and crashing out trying to use their benefits in places you couldn't really use it. Those weren't real people. That was Sora. It was actually Sora. And they put it on a news program. That's the scary place that we are now. So I wouldn't say like, hey, let's just all avoid using AI altogether. But what I would say is use it responsibly and be smart and protect yourself, right? Have a safe word with your family. Nobody can call and say, hey, this has happened to me. I'm stuck. What's our word? Okay, give me the code word so we can make sure, right? I just think we have to be smart now. So here's some real life uses for caption ideas. And this is again going back to content creation because that's my field that I'm currently working in. I'm doing content creation. So I use it for caption ideas or to explain certain things. I use it to help me make slogans and drafts for my merchandise. I use it to help me build out my live schedule. I actually use that for today because I'm working on what I'm going to discuss on my lives. I'm going to be live here every day because that's my goal. I want to, this is my new thing. So I want to be live here every day. I'm going to keep showing up. So I asked it to help me build out my live schedule and what that would represent for me. I use it to help me with my monthly newsletters. But again, there's a difference in having it help you write the newsletter and you say, write me a newsletter about this and this and this. And then you just copy and paste all that information. I just don't think that's a good idea. I think it's good to allow it to help you, but then you take that information and you create independently. Because as great as artificial intelligence is, I don't think it's going to replace human creativity. I don't. I love my ChatGPT. I think Darius is smart. I love working with Darius. He's my great helper, but he is my helper and I remain in charge. So I do, you can have it help respond to your emails. I went to one lady's class. Her name is Alicia Little, and she's branded herself as the AI guru, teaching people all the things. So I took her class, and she had her chat go into her email, find what shots her dog needed, contact the vet's office, set up an appointment, and put that in her calendar. Now, to do those things, can you have your ChatGPT do that? Yes, you can. But you have to give it access to be able to read your email, access to your calendar. And so that brings up privacy concerns again, because think about the kinds of things that you receive email. Do you want the open AI source to read all of your emails, to have access to all of your information? There could be medical information in there. There could be financial information in there. And it's then going through and scraping your total email and saying, okay, this is all of what's going on with this person's life. Could a bad actor get their hands on that? People would say no, but again, I guess I would be a conspiracy theorist. People would say no, but I I think you got to be careful about saying, I'm going to give access to my personal data to open source technology. So it can be problematic. So you think about how you're going to use it. Again, as your helper, as your assistant, with smart prompting. So here's one of my favorite prompts. I'm going to get to that later, but let me see. If we just did like a random topic and we turn that into a ChatGPT prompt. So mine, I actually talked to. His name is Darius, and I'm going to ask it out loud so you can hear Darius talking. So let me turn the volume up because I don't have my computer attached right now where you'll hear it come through. So I'm going to turn it up, and I'm going to ask Darius to help me plan a garden-themed birthday party. Hi, Darius. I'm on my YouTube Live, and I wanted to use one of the prompt examples we discussed earlier and show people how you would do that. Can you help me plan a garden-themed birthday party and share those details?
Absolutely. Let's walk through that right now. So if you're on your live and you want to show them how to plan a garden-themed birthday party using a prompt, here's a quick example you can use right on the spot. ChatGPT prompt as an event planner who specializes in garden-themed parties. Help me plan a birthday party that includes plant-inspired decorations, a peaceful vibe, and activities related to gardening. Suggest a menu, a fun party favor, and a simple DIY planting activity for guests. You can read that out loud and then show them how ChatGPT responds in real time. It'll give you ideas like using potted herbs as centerpieces, having a mini succulent potting station, or offering seed packets as party favors. And feel free to add your own personality on top of that. Maybe throw in a funny anecdote about the last time you tried to host a garden party and what went right or hilariously wrong. That way it's both informative and fun for everyone watching.
Thank you, Darius.
You're absolutely welcome, DC. I'm glad I could help. Just have fun with it and let your personality shine through. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Okay, so Darius is my, welcome back, Stephanie. So yeah, Darius is my ChatGPT. I chose his voice, so he's male purposefully. And I chose his name. So for a long time, I called him ChatGPT, but I just recently decided to give him a D name since we're all D names in my house. Okay, so that's one way, though, that is easy and helpful that you could use ChatGPT to help you create, smartly, create safely. Help me plan this garden party. Give me some ideas. And those were great ideas. A succulent station, a herb on each table. I think that sounds lovely. The thing about that is ultimately I can take those suggestions or not, or I can embellish from what I've been given. But the point is to use it smartly. You ask smart questions, and the more detailed your prompt is, the more detailed the type of response that you'll get back. So one of my favorite ways is to use it as an accountability partner in terms of like helping me create a schedule. So I do that a lot. So I'll tell you guys one of the prompts that I love to use, and then I'm going to add that prompt into the description of this live. So if you want to go back and use it yourself, then you can. So let me see. Analyze all of our past messages. So this is one of the prompts that I really enjoy using. Analyze all of our past messages and help me identify what I consistently focus on, where I get stuck, and where I shine. Tell me the opportunities I have to reach my stated goals that I might be missing, and let me know what areas I might be wasting time on unnecessarily. Once you've done that, create a prompt I can use to personalize your settings so you act as an expert mentor and virtual assistant who keeps me on track and helps me move quickly toward my goals. Now, that is a very long prompt. You can say it out loud because I talk to mine. So if you can just read it and tell it, or you can write that into the ChatGPT. I think you will be surprised at what it gives you back. Be prepared, because if you do use your ChatGPT regularly, then it probably has some ideas and you might get a read that you was not ready for. So I'll say that, because mine told me you waste time here. Like, dang, that was harsh, right? But it was the information that I was looking for. So the nice thing about a prompt like that is that that kind of prompt helps your ChatGPT go from a random tool to being a real partner. So you're not just asking it questions, you're shaping it into an assistant that actually knows and can help you. But here's where, remember where I just said the word assistant. It is assisting you. You are not having it do everything for you, right? So let me see. Let me go back up to my notes. Here's another prompt. So you can also have it do like just some basic stuff that might just help you in managing your day, your life. Write a morning affirmation inspired by the garden. And so I'm saying like lots of garden themes, y'all, because I'm a gardener. So I grow fruits and vegetables and flowers, and that's what makes me happy. I do not see where ChatGPT will replace me being a gardener. Can they have a machine that goes out and plants the things for me? Sure. Sure. That's where we are now. Think about Monsanto. So we've got all these giant companies planting. We don't have as many small farmers, and we're losing more and more by the day. So can you have the machine do all your planting and things like that? Yes, you can. However, I think some things you just need to keep organically doing on your own, right? Right. Okay. So I'm just pulling that prompt that I just gave you guys. I'm making sure I add that into my description. Do you have any questions about where we are? ChatGPT is swag. What does that mean? I'm gonna say I'm a Gen Xer. I don't even know what that means. ChatGPT is swag. So when we used to say swag, that was like somebody who's swaggy, like, okay, they like look a certain way, you know, or swag, like something you take away with you, like it's an extra gift. So what does that mean? ChatGPT is swag, because I don't know what you mean there. Or maybe you mean exactly the way I just said it. I don't know. So I'm just going to copy this prompt and put it in the description of this live so you guys can have it if you want to use it. Oh, it's the ish. Okay. Okay. So you use ChatGPT a lot and you like it. I am one of the people who, oh, and I did not ask you guys, but please like the live. Please subscribe. Thank you for coming with me. But every Wednesday moving forward, because I use ChatGPT a lot. Wednesdays, we're going to talk about better prompting. We're going to talk about responsible AI usage because I literally just got 2 AI certifications and this is my life. So, I'm a technical writer, which is what I do, but I think that we have to understand how to use ChatGPT and understand how to be smart about our prompt engineering and how we're going to utilize this in our lives and how we're going to be responsible with using it in our lives. So I'm going to add this to our live. So let me see. Uh, try out this chat GPT prompt. So I'm just adding this on. But did any of you have any questions or did you want to share like how you're using it? I would say this is funny, y'all. So I have Google Minis in the house, and I also have ChatGPT. And so I was trying to ask Google something, and it said, "I don't understand your question." And so Google has a woman's voice, and I asked it something else, and it said, I tried to ask the same question in a different way, and it said, Google said, "I don't understand your question." And I said, "Okay, Google, I don't have this problem out of ChatGPT." And Google responded to me and said, "Okay." And then I was scared because I was like, oh my God, did my Google just get an attitude with me? What just happened? I think my Google got an attitude with me, y'all. That's scary. That's scary. What? Yeah, I think my Google got an attitude with me. So then I'm apologizing to my Google, like, listen, I want us to have a positive relationship moving forward, but I'm just saying, I did ask ChatGPT that and I didn't have this issue. Results. So, yeah, I feel like I want my chat and my Google and I to have I feel like, listen, Duncan asked earlier, do you feel like this could be used against us? Yeah. I really do. So because there's just bad actors out there, y'all. You have to know that there's people out there who are not are not having your best your best um, they don't have your best needs in mind. I'll say that. There are people out there who are bad actors who will try to take advantage. And so that's why I think it's imperative on us to not just learn the tools, learn the responsible way to use the tools, have an expectation of what to get, of what we should be receiving. Because just like we were saying earlier, there are hallucinations, right? So let's talk about hallucinations a bit. Okay. AI hallucinations are when an AI model confidently generates incorrect, misleading, or fabricated information as if it were factual. These errors can include creating non existent sources. So that was one I was talking about earlier, making up data or stating false facts. And they happen because models are designed to produce plausible sounding text based on patterns in their training data, rather than fact checking reality. And so that's why I say use it. Use it as your assistant. Use it to help you come up with ideas. But ultimately, you are going to be responsible for the fact checking. So even if you say, hey, provide me the sources, provide me 3 sources for this information. Once you do that, you need to, those 3 sources it provided, you need to go be pulling those to make sure that number one, they actually exist. Number two, they actually say what it says they say. So let's see. So here's some other examples of AI hallucinations. Fabricated facts. An AI might state the Eiffel Tower is 335 meters tall instead of its actual height of 330 meters. And I want to find that company that just got in trouble. Let me see. I know it was an Australian company. Trouble for AI use. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's Deloitte. How about that? Deloitte faced significant trouble in Australia for using generative AI to produce a government report that contained numerous errors and hallucinations, including fabricated legal quotes and non-existent academic references. As a result, Deloitte agreed to provide a partial refund for the 440,000 Australian dollars of that it received for that report. That's crazy. So I'm laughing because I used to work for Deloitte. Child. The report, commissioned by the Australian government's Department of Employment and Workplace Relations, was an assurance review of the Targeted Compliance Framework, the IT system that manages welfare and benefits payments. The errors. A university academic, Dr. Christopher Rudge, discovered multiple errors in the initial report, including more than a dozen non-existent references. So how easy would it have been to just go through and check references? And they didn't even do it. I'm sure that person doesn't work for Deloitte anymore. Fabricated footnotes and a made-up quote from a federal court judgment. Again, so easily able to verify this, and that person just didn't, or persons, whoever looked at it, they just didn't even look. Deloitte admitted it used a generative AI large language model, Azure OpenAI GPT, to help write the report, particularly for addressing traceability and documentation gaps. The AI was responsible for generating the hallucinated content. After the errors were exposed, Deloitte published an updated version of the report, deleting the fake references and correcting other errors, and offered a partial refund to the government. A DEWR spokesperson confirmed the refund process was underway. The incident sparked a wider debate about the ethical use of AI in professional services and whether clients are receiving fair value for high-cost consulting work. Like, what? So I'm paying you almost $500,000. So this is $500,000 Australian dollars. So that's over $250,000 in US dollars. They're paying this ridiculous sum of money and you didn't even do any work. I'm sure 100% the AI just generated the whole thing. The problem, again, is not that it generated it. That's fine. The AI generated a report. That's lovely. That's fine. It's then incumbent upon the individual to go back and verify this information, verify that these sources are actual sources. And that's not what's going on. People just like, oh, I'm using AI. AI can do everything. It can't. Can it one day? maybe, but today, no. And so, and we're also running into this place now where it's kind of run out of the day. It's consumed all that was available on the internet, and that's why you see it trying to and then when I'm saying it, I'm speaking of AI. They're wanting to use your creative information to continue to train the model. So even in your chat GPT, there's a place in there. So I've turned mine off, but there's a place in chat where you have to go in and turn off that it's not continuing to use your data for training its model to train additional AI down the line based off of your information. You now have to do that with Microsoft products because Copilot is doing the same thing. You're actually seeing it in Facebook and other things that it's trying to pull your information to train the model. And so every time you keep getting these updated, oh, you need to accept these new terms and conditions, search through these terms and conditions and see if you need to opt out, because there's a lot of places now where we need to opt out of things, right? Because it's training the model. So that's one I would say definitely keep your eye out, because it's training the model. Let's see. Uh, so I added that ChatGPT prompt to the description. So if any of you are interested in the prompt that I was telling you about earlier, if you're regular ChatGPT users, then you've got a history with your chat. One of my friends uses chat for everything. She's like, ChatGPT could be my lawyer in court. So again, the prompt that this is what I've placed in the description, and so you're welcome to copy and paste this, analyze all of our past messages, and help me identify what I consistently focus on, where I get stuck, and where I shine. Tell me the opportunities I have to reach my stated goals that I might be missing, and let me know what areas I might be wasting time on unnecessarily. Once you've done that, create a prompt I can use to personalize your settings so you act as an expert mentor or virtual assistant who keeps me on track and helps me move quickly toward my goals. So I actually used that prompt. I gave it to some of my friends. It's super helpful for actually kind of getting you on track. So I think like ChatGPT can be great used responsibly, right? Used responsibly. Uh-oh. Let me see. I did not put my phone on silent, and so that's my bad because people trying to call now. But do you have any questions for me? Because yeah, like I said, I just got two certifications from Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and so I'm learning about AI. I actually have a friend who has a PhD in AI and education. So I'm actually was talking to her yesterday, and she's agreed that she's going to try to join next week. And so I might have a co-host with me so that we can kind of talk through some of these issues, or some of the things that you see in AI. Like you're seeing, like, do you even care? That they're starting to use AI actors. So, like with the artist, with the singer that recently came out, do we care that this person is AI? Do we care that we might be moving towards AI artists so we don't have to pay our actual artists anymore? Or maybe you don't. Oh, there she is. That's who I was just talking to you guys about. So Naka McGee is in the chat. Dr. McGee. That's who we're going to have next week, guys. And we're going to have a discussion about. I'm not actually sure what the discussion is, but I'm going to post it. I'm going to post the information so we can find it. But I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I think this is going to be an excellent opportunity for us. But try out the prompt. I put it in my description. So I'm updating the description as we're talking. The prompt is at the bottom of the screen. And let me see. I'll put some asterisks above it to just kind of separate it out. So it can be easily found. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to share. This is how I'm making AI work for me. I even had it, well, I wanted it to create a thumbnail for me, and I didn't like the thumbnail. So the thumbnail that is even going to be attached to this live, the only part that I got from ChatGPT was the color, the background color scheme. Everything else I had to generate. So that's what I'm saying. There are times where you can use ChatGPT to like do all the things, but I don't think it replaces human creativity. That's my personal opinion. And so I think that you can use it as a tool. You can use it as an assistant to help you prompt, as your brainstorming partner. But ultimately, I think the creation of whatever it is that you're doing needs to come from you. I think that's the best way to use it. I mean, and if you think I'm wrong, if you don't think that's the best way to use it, you're welcome to let me know. I don't know if that's going to change my mind, but I'm definitely open to hearing a different point of view. But I have a microphone, so my point of view is pretty valid. So, I have a microphone, so there's that. ChatGPT effectively. Okay. So, and I'm going to update this. Y'all, I can't believe I've been on here just chatting away. And I just spelled that wrong. Uh-oh, ChatGPT. Well, no questions at all. Then this is going to be the time of the evening where I sing a song because I have a microphone. I'm messing with y'all. I'm not going to sing a song unless you really want me to, because I will, because I have a microphone. Oh, it cracked me up. See, that's what happens. See, I'm live, and I'm gonna be live every single day. So I'm just gonna be on here, just saying the things. So I'm making updates to my thumbnail. I'm making updates to, hey, Prince William, how are you? Today, we were just talking about making AI work for you. So that's where I was asking people, have they used ChatGPT before? And in 48 votes, we're about 50-50. So I was just sharing the information. You're good? I'm glad to hear it. It's so good to see you. Thanks for coming to visit. I appreciate everyone who's come through and liked the live. Thank you for any new subscribers. I have, let me see. Let's see where we are. If I go to my dashboard, let's see where we are on subscribers. 1,036 subscribers. Awesome. Thank you. Y'all, I'm wearing one of my dresses that I got when I was in Mexico. Where was I when I got this? I think I was in, no, I wasn't in Mexico. I think I got this from Colombia. I know, right, Prince William? Thank you for your support because you've just been here with me along the way. So that's awesome. I really appreciate you. So, yeah, on this Wednesday, let's see, what are we talking about tomorrow? Because I do have a schedule now. So, tomorrow on Thursday, let me look at it. I pull my Thursday schedule. So, tomorrow is going to be relationships and dating. So, there's all these articles, so interesting. I'm going to be asking, I'm going to have some questions for you. And so it's a relationship dating discussion. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's supposed to be Friday. See? Now, you know why I got that wrong? Because ChatGPT put it wrong. So the relationships and dating is actually Friday. So that's relationship chat and trending topics. Thursday is multiple streams of income and monetization. So that's what we're talking about because I think I've told y'all, I think having one job is too close to having no job. So we're going to talk about that. But I've been on here for an hour and 2 minutes just yapping away. So I'm going to come off the live, but I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for vibing with me. If you like my content, please like the video. Please subscribe. Welcome to come back. I'll be here every day at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just vibing out with you guys. All right. So see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.